She's the youngest professional champion in MMA, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, and a Taekwondo black belt. Is Angela Lee the best atomweight champion in the world? Angela Lee is the top rising star in the world of MMA right now. She became a fighter the day she was born and has taken the world of combat sports by surprise. This video will give you a deep insight on just how good Lee is, her background as a fighter that made her so good, and how she became the youngest champion in the world. But be sure to stick to the very end where we reveal her salary, net worth, and awesome lifestyle outside the octagon. Let's jump right in. Angela Songju Lee was born on the 8th of July 1996 in Vancouver, Canada, to a Chinese-Singaporean father, Ken Lee, and a Korean-Canadian mother, Jules Lee. Angela has a younger brother named Christian, who is a former lightweight world champion of ONE FC, and two younger siblings, Victoria and Adrian, who are also into mixed martial arts. Now, the entire Lee family is into combat, and that's because of the accomplishments of their parents. Their father, Ken, is a Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Their mother, Jules, is a second-degree Taekwondo black belt and two-time Canadian national silver medalist. They were literally born to fight. When most of the kids their age were burning their hours away on PlayStation 2 and Xbox consoles, the Lees were sweating their childhoods away in gyms and traveling across the US in an endless circuit of pankration and jiu-jitsu tournaments. But according to Angela herself, her most notable memory of when she started training in MMA was when she was just 3 years old, and her dad would hang her on little monkey bars to see how long she could last. She would also follow her parents to the gym and watch them teach their students. Angela and her family relocated to Hawaii from Canada when she was 7 years old. Around the time Angela Lee was getting into high school was when the UFC opened its inaugural women's strawweight division. But the fight that inspired her the most to become a pro fighter was Ronda Rousey's fight against Miesha Tate at UFC 168. After she graduated high school, she began training for her amateur MMA debut because at the time you had to be above 18 years old in Hawaii to fight. So right after her 18th birthday, she got her first scheduled fight in MMA. Before the fight, Angela actually went to college. She wanted to see how possible it would be to go to school and fight at the same time. But after her first 2 semesters, she sat her parents down and told them about her plans to adopt professional fighting as a career. Her parents, who are obviously fans of combat sports, were more than happy to support her. Next thing you know, Angela was flown out to Singapore to make her debut, a debut that changed her life forever. Angela Lee signed with ONE Championship back in 2014. Some people always ask why she never signed with the UFC or another promotion. But you see, Angela Lee was only 18 years old when she decided to go pro, and the UFC required its female fighters in the strawweight division to be at least 21. Angela wasn't willing to wait that long, so she signed with ONE Championship and made her debut at ONE Championship 28 Warriors Quest on May 22, 2015 against Aya Saber. Angela managed to catch the eyes of the audience with the spectacular armbar submission she delivered to Saber in just the first round. It was one of a kind. And to those who thought it was beginner's luck, Angela Lee did it 4 more times. She won 4 straight fights via submission, and she did so in just the first 2 rounds. She had never entered the 3rd round and was seen as a submission specialist. As a reward for her fantastic performance in her first 5 fights, Angela Lee was given a shot at the inaugural ONE Championship Atomweight women's title against one of the most lethal veteran MMA fighters, Mai Yamaguchi. Lee versus Yamaguchi was incredible. Yamaguchi, a 3rd-degree karate black belt, had gotten over 15 solid wins in her career and had never been finished in a fight. But the submission power and burning desire of Angela Lee to be a champion weren't looked down on as well. On May 6, 2016, Lee and Yamaguchi made history in Singapore. The fans went wild in the first round when Lee caught Yamaguchi in a tight guillotine choke, but Yamaguchi managed to slip out of it in the final 30 seconds of the round. In the 2nd round, Lee tried again to catch Yamaguchi in an armbar, but Yamaguchi once again showed why she's a veteran in the sport, by slipping out and landing some very heavy strikes on Angela Lee. Immediately after the 2nd round, the entire atmosphere of the fight changed. Yamaguchi started playing Angela Lee's game by also trying to get a submission on Lee. Both women kept transitioning from one submission technique to the next, but after all 5 rounds had been fought hard, The judges scored the contest in favor of Angela Lee, making her the inaugural one women's atomweight champion and the youngest world champion at just 19 years old. After defending her title against Jenny Xiong in 2017, she accomplished another feat in her career. In May 2017, at One Dynasty of Heroes, Angela Lee was battling the effects of pneumonia, but still managed to submit two-time Muay Thai world champion Estela Nunes with an anaconda choke in her second world title defense. It was remarkable. After two successful title defenses, a rematch was scheduled between Angela Lee and Mei Yamaguchi at One Championship Unstoppable Dreams on the 18th of May 2018. It was another 5 rounds of Cold War, with these women putting up one of the greatest female fights in the history of MMA. But once again, Yamaguchi fell short to Angela Lee as Lee claimed the victory via unanimous decision. At this point, Angela's career was going great. She was undefeated and had 3 successful title defenses, with her name finally getting thrown into conversations about the best up-and-coming female fighters in the world. Angela wanted to step things up with an attempt to capture a second belt in the strawweight division, but it was a pure disaster. Angela Lee wanted to become the first 2-division female champ under the One promotion. She faced reigning strawweight champion Jing for the strawweight title on March 31st, 2019 at One Championship A New Era, but left with a brutal loss via TKO in the 5th round of the fight. Angela couldn't deal with the pressure during the fight and couldn't even execute her game plan to the fullest. Her undefeated streak was broken and boy did it mess with her head. All she wanted to do was redeem herself. Less than 5 months later, Angela Lee stepped back into the octagon to face Michelle Nicolini in a strawweight bout. But once again, she got defeated via a unanimous decision. It was a total shock to the world and all her fans. Her second loss in the span of 8 months. However, Angela finally returned to her atomweight division. Strawweight champ Jing also attempted to become the first female 2-division champ by challenging Angela for her atomweight championship. Ever heard the saying, once bitten, twice shy? Well, that was exactly the case for Angela, because Angela unleashed her pent-up anger on Xiong throughout the fight. She ended up submitting Xiong in the 5th round. Before we talk about Angela Lee's final fight till date, let's talk about her salary and net worth. And if you're a new subscriber to our channel, comment I subbed in the comment section down below and instantly get qualified for our monthly new subscribers shoutout. If you want a free shoutout in one of our next videos, then go comment I subbed right now. After Angela Lee won the Women's Atomweight Championship, she signed a new contract with One that potentially made her the highest earning female fighter under the promotion. She also earned a massive $50,000 bonus for winning the inaugural One Atomweight Women's Championship against Yamaguchi. Even though exact figures for Angela Lee's fight purse haven't been released, One Championship CEO Chatri Sichoitong confirmed back in 2016 that she's earning more than UFC female fighters Chris Cyborg Justino and Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Both these fighters were expected to earn $200,000 in that particular year. Angela Lee has an estimated net worth of $4 million. In 2020, she took a break from MMA to concentrate on making a family. She got married to fellow mixed martial artist Bruno Pucci on October 1st, 2020. Both Lee and her husband are head coaches at United BJJ Hawaii, a gym that they founded in 2021. Lee's younger brother, Christian, is the former One Lightweight World Champion, and her youngest sibling, Victoria, made her professional MMA debut at the age of 16 on February 26, 2021. Angela and her husband, Bruno, welcomed their first child and baby girl on the 16th of April 2021. Lee was not forced to vacate her title during her pregnancy period, and that's something that was seen as an important statement by One Championship, in allowing females the right to be pregnant without being stripped of a title. And if justification was ever needed that Lee was a legitimate champion, she made that statement loud and proud when she returned on March 26, 2022 to defend the Atomweight gold against Stamp Fairtex via second-round submission. This was Angela's 5th title defense and she did it in style. Stamp obviously tried to take advantage of the fact that Lee has been out of the competition. She rushed with massive strikes at the beginning of the first round, but Lee still got the win after she caught Fairtex in a rear naked choke with only 10 seconds left till the end of the second round. Angela Lee now says that she is excited to get back into the cage and defend her championship, and is also eyeing up Jing Nan's strawweight title. Angela Lee is going to be 26 years old this year and has a massive career ahead of her. Do you think we'll see her make a transition to the UFC? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you check out this other video showing on your screen, and bye for now.